Welcome to AI Paradigm Shift, Investment in Modern Era. Hey everyone, it's your host here. And today, we're diving into something that will genuinely make your skin crawl. NASDAQ listed AppLovin NASDAQ. APP, you might have been eyeing this stock, watching it surge, thinking this could be the next big AI, ad tech winner. But hold on tight, because the reality is far darker. This company has been turned into the ultimate safe haven for cross-border dirty money. The primary shareholder, Temps, is sitting on nearly $1 billion in looted funds from China's massive illegal fundraising scandals, and he's a wanted fugitive by Chinese authorities. Every single share he holds is soaked in the blood and tears of millions of victims. Even worse, Wall Street investment banks knew exactly what was going on and still helped whitewash this entire criminal syndicate into a clean, legitimate U.S.-listed tech company. You would never guess the scale of this bombshell. A hidden capital conveyor belt running from China's 2ndi.com collapse through Cambodian pig butchering scam compounds, straight into the heart of NASDAQ. In this deep dive, we're going to peel back every layer of this transnational financial fraud and expose the underlying logic step by step. By the end, you might never look at Chinese background. U.S. stocks the same way again. Let's start with the most shocking origin story. TUANDI.com. In the mid-2010s, China's internet finance sector exploded with almost no oversight. TUANDI.com quickly became one of the biggest P2P platforms. The real controller, Juntang, dangled sky-high returns, blasted aggressive advertising, and built a cash-sucking machine. According to final Chinese police verification, TUANDI.com illegally raised 253.5 billion RMB, roughly $36.37 billion from over 1.12 million retail investors. That's GDP scale. For some countries, most victims were ordinary middle-class families who poured in retirement savings, kids' education funds, even home sale proceeds. Then, on March 28, 2019, the Dongguan Public Security Bureau issued a notice. TUANDI.com collapsed. Officially, a business failure. But investigations uncovered a $5 billion unpaid debt black hole. Where did the money go? The trail leads straight to Temps. In the final window before collapse, he orchestrated a capital flight, siphoning 6.67 billion RMB, about $957 million, in stolen funds. How did he pull it off? This is where it gets truly horrifying. Temps leveraged his special relationship with Juntang to gain independent super administrator privileges. Bypassing risk controls, he could issue wealth management asset packages directly. Every borrower, shell companies fully controlled by over 200 of them, disguised with big data and AI supply chain buzzwords. Packaging them as tech startups, they fabricated rare metal trade contracts, nickel, cobalt to justify financing. Investor money never reached real chains instantly landed in house. Secondary funding pool. This private black hole, $860 million to $8.6 billion, became his treasury for offshore gambling, high-risk bets, extravagant living. Forged documents were industrial scale, synthesized seals, properties pledged multiple times. The laundering followed the classic three phases. Phase 1, placement. The most absurd move. Aircraft custody fees. How used his private jet for massively inflated invoices, disguising outflows as aviation services. Opaque pricing makes this a top-tier laundering classic. Phase 2, layering. From February 2018 to March 2019, funds hopped through 27 transfers across offshore shells, Hong Kong entities, mainland affiliates. Goal. Fragment traces to avoid AML alerts. Phase 3, integration, underground. Banks used matchmaking. Mirror trades. RMB in China, swapped for offshore. USDHKD. No physical cross-border movement. Bypassing $50,000 annual limit, at least 6.67 billion. RMB escaped as free dollars or HKD. The French Bordeaux extradition case blew the lid off everything. March 2021. How's jet lands at Borda Marignac from Iceland, Interpol red notice. Immediate arrest. Irony. Same jet used for custody fee laundering. China requested extradition on money laundering. Defense claimed political persecution tied to Sun Legion purge. Played recordings promising leniency if clarifying Sun matter. July 15, 2021, Bordeaux. Appeal court refuses under political exception clause. Superficially economic crimes. Substantively political. Ruling protects freedom, but details. China's evidence chain without denial. How used Western sensitivity as shield, but Tuandai launderer label permanent in records. Family angle gets CREEP IER. French judgment. $760,000 transferred to house younger sister accounts. Sec crosscheck. Ling Tang holds 20.49 million shares via Angel Pride Holdings, 7.7% stake. Largest individual after how institutions. Listed Canadian, but address same Hong Kong. Building as house, Cheung-Sha 1. Historical registrations show office overlaps. Conclusion clear. Ling is house sister. Her shares integral to Thames family laundering. Receiving Tuandai transfers. Higher syndicate, offshore gambling king. Jiwei Yang funneled $2.15 billion gambling black money via Macau tables. This elevated laundering to gambling as payment. Casinos provide opacity for legitimizing flows. Z, Chen, and Prince Group, U.S. sanctioned for Cambodian telecom fraud. Pig butchering. Scams rake in billions. Profits disguised as ad spends into AppLovin Housey Synergy. Shared Hong Kong Geotech Holdings. Overlapping Southeast Asia ops. Same criminal network nodes. Inside company. Outright fraud. CEO claimed no connection to Chinese operations. Blatant lie. Confirmation. 15 plus mainland staff. Unsupervised U.S. user data transfers to Chinese counterparts. Cover malicious option heist. Lure employees to transfer options to shadow Kylan entity. Confiscate after re-signing. Cheap cash settlements. Exposes gangster governance. Looting employee rights to sever legal financial obligations. Wall Street's role. Biggest disappointment. Investment banks. Driven by fees. Abandoned gatekeeper duties. They paved AppLovin's listing path, assisting this predation syndicate in identity laundering and asset legitimization. Deep NASDAQ, embedding breaches U.S. market security baselines. Short sellers, Fuzzy Panda flagged irregularities, volatility. Long ago, markets still chased hype. Brutal reality check. Why so many Chinese background U.S. stocks VI structures equals regulatory arbitrage. China bans direct foreign control in sensitive sectors. Contracts simulate ownership. Creates lethal risks. Regulatory asymmetry. HFC, AMPC, AOB. Opacity-related, party inflation. Geopolitical landmines. Sanctions. CFI-US. Governance black boxes. Liquidity traps. Currency, policy shocks. Legal dead ends. Manipulation. Audit disasters. Permanent valuation discount. 3 bloodbaths. 1 Luckin Coffee. 2020, $310 million. Faked sales. 2 BRMB inflated. Stock $50 to $1. Delisted. Billions gone to Alibaba. 2020 antitrust post. Jack Ma. $319 to $1.70 range. Depressed. Policy overrides. Destroyed value tres. Andili Global. En 2021. IP. Then China data probe forced delisting. $18 to $2. Masters warned us, Duan Yongping. Only do the right things. Focus essence. Avoid complexity. Risk. Charlie Munger. Only by best risk-reward ratios. Upside must dwarf downside. AppLovin style. Risk crushes reward. Violates both. Smart money walked away. Safer Chinese exposure. Hong Kong stocks. Hex regulated by SFC. Closer mainland alignment. Lower friction. Often undervalued. Examples: 1, Tencent, 700.HK. PE, approximately 14. Dominant gaming, social, fintech. Consistent growth, dividends. 2. BYD, 1211.HK. Pay 20 EV. Battery leader. Explosive sales. 3. China Construction Bank 0939.HK. Pay 4 to 5. Big 4 Bank. High yields. Stable. Wrapping up from 2 on die 253.5B collapse. How family siphoning 6.67B loot. Prince Pig butchering. Billions into AppLovin. Tens of billions laundered into NASDAQ. Legitimacy. Howling Z Network breached global AM. Turning AppLovin into tech-wrapped laundromat. Urgent call. SEC DOJ launch investigations. Justice for victims. This video laid bare the logic. Hope it leaves you more awake, cautious in U.S. stocks. If chills, massive insights, like, subscribe, notifications on, comment. Most shocking part. Private jet scheme, Wall Street complicity, family bombshell. Reminder, educational, informational only, not investment advice. Markets extreme risk, DYOR, bear responsibility. Thank you for 25 minutes, uncovering truth. See you next. AI paradigm shift investment in modern era. Clear vision in modern markets.